Hello everyone, I am Bradley Sward, Associate Professor of Computer and Information Science at the College of DuPage in Glen Ellen, Illinois. And this video today is going to look at the matthewscroggs.co.uk website's Puzzle Advent Calendar, and this is day 9 action here. And so, we're moving on in here. We're almost 40% into the Advent season here. So here is the problem. This person named Eve writes down a sequence of consecutive positive integers. A sequence, so more than one, right? And we'll see there that then the sum of those numbers, as she has written them down, is 844. And the question is, what is the smallest integer that Eve has written down in that list? So we don't have, obviously, we don't have a clue what the list of numbers are. We just know, it could be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, or it could be 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10. Like, we don't know, so we have to try every possible combination until we've kind of exhausted the whole thing. And so what we do is we just start counting from 1. Like let's just say start counting from 1. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. And we just keep on going until the sum of that list of numbers is either 844 or greater. So as long as it's less than 844, we continue to add numbers. And then when we finally get something that's larger or equal, we kick out and we just ask the question, is it equal? And if it's equal, we'll print it out. And if it's not, then there's no way that starting from 1, we could have found a solution. So then we'll move on to count from 2. 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. And then we'll say, hey, does that equal 844 when we get to a point where the number either is greater than, or the sum of the elements is greater than or equal to it? And so there will be a point, because I know the answer here, there will be a point where you'll find there's only one answer to this. You might think that there would be more than one, but maybe it is for larger numbers, but that's part of the experimental fun. But it definitely is not the case for as we go here, it is not the case for this problem. So when I run things this way, I say, hey, starting from 1 and going all the way up to 844, give me an empty list. And while the sum of that list is less than my test value, keep adding numbers and keep changing that value. And keep adding another digit, another digit, another digit. And then eventually we'll fall out like I was describing. And then if the sum is equal instead of greater, because it has to be at least equal or greater than here. If it's basically, it can't be less than because we fell out. So if it's equal, print it out. And what do we get? We get the start here of 102 all the way up to 199 sums up to 844. And then 844 by itself sums up to 844. And the question asked from the Matthew Scroggs website, what is the smallest number she wrote? And of course, the smallest number she would have written, because it says she writes more than one number. Since that's the only one that writes more than one number in our list of data sets, or our list of solutions, the answer is 102. So that covers my solution. If you know a better way, especially in Python, I know I kind of halfway hacked this, and I didn't have to just keep adding to an array, but I just wanted to try it out and see maybe there's another way to do it that's probably a little simpler. If I don't really have to use a list, I guess I could just start summing things up. Well, if I just say array equals 0, let's just forget about the array here, and something like this. Does this get me to the same spot? And I don't have this thing called that's the only thing is, well, I guess that's the only problem here. Not really. It is kind of a problem, because if I fall out of this thing, the way I set everything up here, and I'm modifying start, I would have to say here, I'm just going to say, okay, end. We're going to say end. We're going to say end equals start. So I do have to add code to this anyway, and say array plus equals start, or just call it end here, end plus equals 1. And then I just want to print out the start value. And this should print out 102 and 844 if I did it right. And if not, oops, shoot, oh, well, while array. Okay, accounting for that. If I do this now, I should get 102. There you go. 102 is the lowest number, and 844 is the next one. And I guess technically also, if I print this, I could do a break here, so it doesn't even worry about anything after it, and it just prints out the 102. So I go and I print solution. So there we go. I talked myself into a better, probably a better solution. Definitely less memory than using a variable sized array that keeps changing every time I go through things. Just a couple variables sitting in memory and a tight loop. All right, so that covers everything I wanted to do for this video, day 9. Again, if you know a better way, let me know. And I'd like to hear from you. Comment below. And well, that's it for the day. So have a great one. Hope to see you next time. Thanks again.